Hi, this is Carol. Today I'm going to be working in my Junky Art Journal. It contains many types of art, including mixed media, watercolor, paint, markers, doodling. Let's get started. Good morning. It's coffee time. I was looking through my Art by Marlene Paper Elements book for some inspiration. These are the books where the things come out like punches. You punch them out. And I found this giant ladybug that I thought was really cute. And then some like botanicals that are cute and some cute flowers and then the word ladybug. And ladybugs remind me of my mom, so I thought that I would do a spread on that. And when you use the art by Marlene, the things you punch it out of have color on them. So I love that. They used to be white. So like on the edge, I cut this out to use like as an edging, like a border. I did the same thing with that. And then I noticed that it made these basically stencils, hearts and flowers and tentacles. So it took me on this little path that I decided I was going to get out my markers, especially my Sharpie creative markers, and outline that stuff and then use that on top of it. So I have a little kind of a plan. The last thing I did in this journal was this coloring page cut out in this little tropical thing. And since then, I found in my stash these little waves, which are perfect for this. So I'm going to add these on here. That's the best thing about a journal like this is you don't have to say you're done until you're done. So I'm going to glue those down kind of like this. On a folding journal, I try not to put anything in the crack. So I'm going to put them like that. And the waves are perfect since it talks about a hurricane. So I'm going to glue these down and then move on to the other stuff. As I drink my coffee, and I might put some music on to the video if I zone out and don't talk, which is possible. This fitting, since I'm having pool day with some friends today, I cannot wait. Some friends of mine live in a condo that has a lovely pool, and we're having a bring your own lunch pool day. So bring your own lunch and your own beverage, and then just come and have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. I want to do I want to use art glitter glue with this? Just glue. I guess art glitter glue, since I'm going to glue it on paint. So I'm going to start with the one behind. I'm not going to worry about outlining anything or inking edges. I'm going to put a piece of jelly paper between that. Just for now, to keep it from sticking to each other, just in case. Let's see, where do I want to put the ladybug? Right here. So, as I was saying, when I was going through this, punching out the flowers, and I realized, hey, I could kind of use that as a stencil. I'm going to outline these and then paint them with my Sharpie creative markers, I believe, and I may doodle on them. I may go to town and not even use the ladybug. We'll just see. I'm just inspired by these to use as stencils at the moment. So I'm going to use a pencil. All right, I'm going to try to do a voiceover here. I had all of these Art by Marlene pages that now I see them in a new light because when I punch the little images out, I'm going to have some interesting stencils. So that'll be fun. And I'll be able to use those on the gel plate in various different ways. Like this here, I am outlining with a pencil, and I did the flowers, and now I'm doing some of the botanicals. I'm turning them face up and face down. That way, the angle of the greenery will be different directions. So now I have my yellow Sharpie creative marker, and it's about to run out of ink. So I decided to do these kind of scribbly rather than a solid color, which is fine because it kind of makes it like a doodle in a way. And my goal at this point is these things are just going to be kind of like a blurry background. They're not going to be a focal image. At least that's my plan at this point in time. And then I use the green to color in some of the greenery. And I'm not going exactly the shape of it, but it definitely helped me to have an idea of how I wanted everything placed on here. This is like coloring, really. And if you'll notice, I didn't worry about the lined paper. It's a Junky Art Journal. Nothing has to be perfect. You just do what you like. And that's what I like about it. In the future, I'll probably add some fringe around the edge and some pockets and belly bands and all kinds of stuff. Hopefully, I'll feel free enough to do that. So now I'm doing the orange and I'm keeping it in a scribbly manner. These kind of remind me of 70s flowers, like Flower Power. And now I'm going to outline the hearts in two of them in red and two of them in pink. And I'm seeing where the ladybug fits on the page at the moment to see how I want to do other things. And I like those flowers too. And the word ladybug is even cute. So at this point, I'm just moving things around and seeing how I like them. And I decided I definitely needed some more greenery at the bottom. And so this time I'm just freestyling it. I had too much blank space, and I don't like that. Then when I place the ladybug on there, I can see where I might need more. And at this point, I'm getting into the doodle state of mind, so I'm just going to town here. This is a good way to spend your morning when I'm having my coffee and doing stuff like this. It's just a really wonderful start to the day. And now I'm doing some blades of grass, and I changed my green to a darker green to give it a little more contrast and interest. And I do the grass start from the bottom and go up. That way, when I lift the pen, it gives it more of a point. That's the way I do it when I paint grass also. So now I'm thinking where I want all the different elements and moving them around and just seeing. And then I think, oh, I think I have some flowers that kind of look like these. And I did. So now I'm coloring this in with a very dark color. I probably wished I had a lighter color of blue, but that's what I have. And now I'm outlining with the micron pen, seeing how that looks to give it more of a scribbled look. And I like it. It shows up more on the yellow than on the orange one. I like how that looks. And this is where the flowers are moving up from the background to being part of the main design. It's kind of like doing collage fodder, but you don't have to cut it out. It's already on the paper. And I like how the lines in the paper show through because mixed media has all kinds of textures and visuals. So I moved everything out of the way so I can go ahead and do the same thing to these two flowers. Doing the little spiral in the center and the outline really loosely. Now I'm doing pink on the orange. And the little lines that go from the center of the flower to kind of simulate the creases in the petals. And then I get my micron pen again, and at this point I'm in doodle mode and I'm scribbling and just adding more visual interest. My paper was sticking up, so I had to paper clip it down or binder clip it down. And now I'm deciding how I want my final design to be. A lot of different images to choose from. I love that ladybug. It's so cute. The little ladybug was one that I had made when I was doing the collage fodder. So I decided I'm going to do half of the flower in one spot and the other half in another spot and have them coming off the page. I do that quite often when I'm doing this type of art because not everything has to be fully on the page. And I believe it is now glue time. Yes, it is. Here we go. And I love doing the gluing in fast motion like this. It's satisfying visually. So now I'm going to do a sped up version. I'm not going to show every time when I put the glue on. I left the petals kind of sticking up on that one so that the ladybug can go partly under it. And there I'm cutting out that extra paper between the antenna. And I'm putting it under the leaf, which is almost too centered for me, but it's there. And then I use the other half of the flower. And now I'm deciding where I want that green to go because I want the flower to sit on top of it. I like that I incorporated things that I made along with the Art by Marlene stuff. It just makes it unique. And now the final thing to glue. So I'm going to show the glue being put on here. This ladybug is wearing bunny rabbit house slippers. So cute. First, it looked like ice skates, but then I realized it was house slippers. Now I'm gluing down the last little piece of greenery and the last flower that I have. I'll have to make some more of those. Then I decided to use this Art by Marlene flower, the last one, and cut off the petals, the overhang. And a lot of times when I cut things off like this, I will utilize them because it does incorporate the same colors. And the flowers could be growing off the side of the page and just only the petals showing. So I'm gluing those on. Now, where am I going to put it? Decisions, decisions. I am so happy with this. It's so happy and fun. So the last little thing I'm going to do is add dots to these dark blue hearts because I feel like they're so dark and they need lightened up a little bit. All right, I'm all finished. I have initialed it and dated it, and I'm just really pleased with this. This is so cute, and it really reminds me of my mom. She's going to be very present in this book, I believe, with all these ladybugs. I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you come back.